Hello Earthlings, ultraviolet round from the Bronx here. Today we're going to get right into it, the 10 boxing commandments, the things that you should be focusing on at all times, keeping in your mind, dialed in, so when that situation presents itself to you, you know what to do in the heat of battle, or if you just want to work on the basics, you know what to always look for. So we're going to start for number 1, which is to keep your chin tucked in. I don't know how many people forget to do that. I know you've seen videos of people online showcasing their skills, and they're keeping their head up. I mean, even Prince Nassim in his prime would keep his head out there. Terrence Crawford would do the same thing, Muhammad Ali, but they had the athletic ability to get in and get out of danger. But when you're in that fight or flight, and you're not gonna flee if you can't, and you have to fight, keep that chin tucked in, okay? Very important. It makes it a harder target. It makes it for them to knock you out much harder, because you're not gonna get knocked out. You're gonna be able to get back to your family. So, I want to keep that chin tucked in, because this part of the head is very hard. This, your brain starts to rattle, get hit there. This, it's going to throw your equilibrium off. This, lights out, game over. So you want them to hit more of this part of the head, and who's really good at doing that is Juan Baby Bull Diaz, Antonio Margarito, and Isaac Cruz, I believe his name is, the one that fought Gervonta Davis. I believe that he gave him his hardest fight. They're really good at keeping that chin tucked in and using that head to push into their body, because if you hit the top of the head, it's harder to knock that person out. Now, number 2, bring your hands back to your face after each punch. Very important. Okay, so when you punch, you throw them right back to your face. So I'm here, right back to the face, right back to the face, right back to the face, right back to the face. You not want to bring that hand down. I'm going to bring that hand down. Once this is exposed, you clip your chin. It doesn't take that much counter pressure, and your lights out, game over. Next one, 3. Do not telegraph your punches and fully extend each punch. If you're doing the pads a lot, you're working with someone, or you get into a groove with a trainer, and sometimes they make it more of like a boxing exercise and not really learning the art itself, you can get caught up and throwing short punches and not fully extending those punches, which can be a problem because, first off, when you fully extend, you're gonna get more leverage and power behind that punch. So you want it to be like this here, okay? I don't want to be here so the punch winds up being short if I'm hitting it. No. I want to be just like that. I want to fully extend. Fully extend. Just like that. Because that way, if I fully extend, it's gonna have more power behind that punch. And again, do not telegraph those punches. So you're throwing the punch from right here, okay? No need to load up. Throwing a punch right from where your arms are. Right from where your arms are. And the fourth one, a lot of us are guilty of doing this. I even do this sometimes. Is to keep your elbows tucked in, nice and tight to the body. Okay? I know you see a lot of people throwing, and their elbows are out here flared up. No, incorrect. You want to keep those elbows in and bring them right back. You do not want to flare those elbows. It's not a Muay Thai match. This is a boxing match. You flare those elbows, guess what? The person or the opponent that's fighting you is catching that, and then they move, bop, catch right in the body, lights out, game over. You see what happened to Ryan Garcia. I do not want that to be you, so keep those elbows in nice and tight to the body. Now, next one. Exhale after every punch. You're not going to hold your breath because you're going to tire yourself out quickly. Okay, so you're going to exhale. Exhale after every punch. You want to exhale after every punch. After every punch, you want to exhale. You want to exhale after every punch. So that sound here, usually what most boxers make, they're exhaling to get maximum torque and maximum power behind that punch. And like you saw a little bit, going into that next commandment, rotate your hips. I know it looks cool and flashy to throw arm punches, but sometimes those arm punches don't really do anything. Okay, even great boxers like Dimitri Bivol throws arm punches in combination sometimes. Even Errol Spence does that. But you always want to throw your punches with bad intentions. So when you throw your punch, you want to make sure you're rotating those hips. All right? To make sure that person gets the memo that you're hitting. So when they get hit, they do not want to get hit. Again, so you want to rotate your hips into each power punch you throw. All right, next one. You want to feint like there's no tomorrow. You want to be unpredictable. Unpredictable. The person that's hard to read is the person that usually wins. Okay? Remember, boxing is a high-speed chess match. So I'm going to feint with a jab to the head. I'm going to look to the head as if I'm going to hit there, and then go to the body. All right? It's the same with the cross. I'm going to look like I'm going to go to the body with the cross and feint across to the body. And then, out of nowhere, I'm going to go right to the head. And you can play off that. You play right off that. So feinting makes you unpredictable, hard for your opponent to read you, and over time, it makes it easier for you to capitalize on your mistakes. And then guess what? You knock them out, lights out, and game over. Now we're going to the next one, 8, be a tiny target. All right, when I'm more bladed, it's harder for that person to hit me. And if I want to pivot off, going to the right or to the left, it's easier for me to do so while keeping that guard up and moving my head, okay? So you don't want to be square. Unless you're fighting in MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever, there's no need to have a square offense because you're not worried about kicks coming to your leg and you're not worried about takedowns, okay? Because the square stance works better if you got to check, or if you got to sprawl and worry about takedowns. But if you don't need to do that, you want to be more of a tiny target because you're worried about just punches. So the harder it is for them to hit you and find you, it makes it all that better, that much better for you. So you're going to be a tiny target. All right, number 9. You always want to keep your feet apart. You don't need to have your feet all close like this. All right, you look very timid, you don't look confident, you don't look like you know what you're doing. Okay, you want to keep your feet about shoulder width, and if you're moving, you're doing like a hop skip. You're doing a hop skip and making sure your feet never cross. Either if you're going right, so you're going to start with that right foot first, or if you're going left, so if it's left, left foot first. If it's right, right foot first. If it's back, front foot to the back. And then if it's forward, back foot is propelling you forward. Okay, it's like the opposite going front and back, but side to side is that first foot that's going to that side. All right, you're always going to keep those feet apart. Okay, you never want them to cross. So if I'm moving around, you're always going to keep those feet apart because that way you always have that power. If you need to sit on your punch, consider your punch, and it's easier for you to do so. Okay, so you're always going to keep those feet apart. Not allowing yourself to cross or get too close because if they hit you, you don't have your feet underneath you, the balance is not there, and you're gonna get knocked down on the ground. Now the last one of the most important, Nonito Donaire, Pacquiao, Mayweather, I could name tons of people, Muhammad Ali, are really good at breaking that center line and changing angles, okay? You never want to just keep your head here. You never just want to be this boxer here, moving. You don't want to be that boxer, okay? Because guess what? You're just there to be hit. You want to be a tiny target, hard to hit, your hands are always up, your chin is tucked in, your feet are always apart. All of these things go into each other. Your elbows are there, you're feinting like crazy, elbows are nice and tight to the body. They can't read you because you're feinting like a maniac. And then, if you're breaking the center line, and you're moving, and you're feinting, they don't know what to do. And then guess what happens? You've seen it with Oscar De La Hoya against Pacquiao. You've seen it with Shane Mosley against Mayweather. They freeze up. You even seen it with Canelo against Mayweather. They seize up, and they don't know what to do because you're putting everything from these 10 commandments at play. That's how you become a better boxer. But if you have the ability to go to a boxing group and learn there, I would advise you to do that. But if you learn from home, hopefully this video helps. If you like the video, like it, subscribe, And thank you for joining me on this journey to the ultraviolet. But other than that, stay with peace and love, everyone.